Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at beautyprofessor.net. Today I'm excited to share with you 5 kind of lifestyle essentials for this new year, as well as a tutorial for this everyday winter look created with a host of new launches for spring that I can't wait to show you. My top 5 lifestyle essentials for this new year are as follows. First, there is the L'Occitane Shea Butter Trio. This is in collaboration with Rifle Paper Company. This trio is adorable and also highly utilitarian. You have a creamy balm which can be used on the lips, on the nail beds, on any dry spots like your elbows or your hands. And the fact that there's 3 means you can toss them, like one in your desk, one in your work bag or makeup bag, and then one by your bedside, which is how I'm doing it. So this is excellent, especially during this dry winter season, and they are limited edition, so I'll make sure to link to them. Speaking of hand care, I'm enjoying the L'Occitane 1-minute hand scrub and nail and cuticle nourishing oil, which along with a hand cream comprise the limited edition manicure collection set. And here on the bottom right is a peek at the darling L'Occitane Rifle Paper Company collaboration free gift. My next lifestyle essential for this year is my iPhone. Now, I can't show you it, not like you don't know what an iPhone looks like, but I'm using it to film today one more time. This is actually probably my last video in this current house. We are moving, and so this is the last time you'll see this office space, and I just thought it might expedite this video to film with my phone again. So phone is in my hands at all times. I also use this case, which has a stilo that I rely on a lot. It's great for typing quickly. My fingers always have makeup on them, so if I want to keep a smudge-free phone, and this one is tiny enough to just fit in my phone wallet, which I love, so it's an essential for me. Essential number 4 is my planner. I've used this at a glance type of planner for so many years. This is not sponsored by this planner. I buy them every single year, and this allows me day by day to write down what I've done. I use my planner like a diary as well as a way to keep track of my commitments. So here's like a quick look at what my days look like. Crazy handwriting, but completely documenting my day so I don't get through a week and go, hey, what happened to life? Now I know it's really detailed, but it keeps me sane and also has a space for a to-do list. So it's not fancy, but it's incredibly effective for keeping my week organized. Last lifestyle essential is a silk scarf. This is my newest procurement. It's a vintage Gucci silk scarf that I got from The RealReal. I always like to hunt down new scarf releases on that site because I love the designer scarf at a much better price. This one is flawless. It was perfect, in perfect condition, and I got a great deal on it, but I love the fact that it's just like black and gold neutrals, always in my purse. I can use it in my hair, around my neck, as an impromptu belt, or as a decoration or an accessory. It's just something that's always with me, and this is going to be my one for this year. On to the tutorial. Since I'm going for a glowy everyday look, I'll start with a couple of drops of the new Eve Lom Radiance face oil, which is just a great lightweight oil that absorbs into the skin very quickly. I always focus application in the center of my face and work outward. This has a very aromatic kind of appeal, but like I said, it's lightweight, so you're getting hydration, but your skin still feels really balanced. Next, for some additional moisture and a light tint and illumination, I'll be using my favorite Le Métier de Beauté Peau Vierge in shade number 2, which is good for my dead of winter skin, which is really very light. So the lightest I get. And so I'll just buff a pea-sized amount into my skin, even things out a little bit. It's a great primer for foundation, and it does add a soft radiance. And because I'm crazy about a glow, I'm going to be working with the Burberry Nude Radiance Fresh Glow, which is tint-free, but it does add even a little more luminosity, and I'll focus this kind of on the high points of my face. I love it as a last step before foundation just because it makes the skin look really bouncy and dewy, but it's not an obvious shimmer whatsoever. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Surratt Beauty Surreal Real Skin foundation wand, and this is in shade 8, which is a nice beige with yellow undertones. Good for light medium skin. I usually wear 9 when I'm in the summertime months, but for now, 8 is a great match. Now I will buff it out with a beauty blender. What's great about this foundation, it's always in my top 5, is that it gives good coverage, but it's natural looking as well. So your skin is perfected looking, but still looks like real skin. It's not cakey, it's buildable, and once it sets, it really lasts the entire day. So the foundation lends good enough coverage where I don't really feel like I need to add concealer on top. And my skin's pretty even right now, so that's another reason why I'm not going in spot checking with concealer. But I will need some brightening in my under eye region, and I'm working with the Suku Concealer Compact. It's a customizable compact. I have 3 shades, which I'll link to, already reviewed and swatched on my blog. But I mix the 2 beige shades and then just use my finger to apply lightly, sweeping upward. You can already see it just brightens, but this is thin enough to not crease over time. Just a nice veil of coverage that looks really natural and brightens up the orbital area. To bronzer, so I'll be working with the Hourglass Ambient bronzing powder in Luminous Bronze Light. This is my second compact of this bronzer. I just love it for its natural true tan color. I'm using a Surratt Artistic Cheek Brush to apply in the hollows of my cheeks. I always suck in to be able to find that easily. Sweeping upward, just defining. You guys know my version of contour is literally just using bronzer to bring out bone structure rather than an intense brown contour. And then I'll focus some more the perimeters of my face along my jawline and then just bring it down the neck a little bit for continuity. I think everything is aligning nicely. And that's that. On to blush. I'm working with the brand new Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette, which is going to take care of my cheek color as well as my highlight today. This is in the shade Daria, which is the first of 2 shades. I have both palettes swatched on my blog, but I'm going to be using a little bit of the cream blush up here and use my finger to just tap this pink onto the apples of my cheeks. A little of this goes a long way because it's pretty pigmented, but it's got a soft kind of matte powder finish, which is lovely, especially in light of the fact that it's a cream product. Then I will tap a little bit of this powder blush on top. It's a lighter corresponding pink shade. And then I will use my Wayne Goss airbrush to apply some of the glow, which is this shade here, into my upper cheekbones and down the bridge of my nose. This is a great kind of champagne highlighter. It's not really imparting color, just a really nice skin finish. If I wanted to step it up, I could use this cream one, and maybe I'll put a little bit on my nose for effect. One place I really like to apply highlighter is in the center of the forehead. Step with this palette of 6, I'm going to be using the diamond powder, which is very sheer and very luminous, to sweep it across my eyelids right off the top for kind of a wet and shiny look. There is a lot of luminosity there. It's going to make a great base for the eyeshadow. For eyes, I'm going to work with the new By Terry Game Lighter palette, and this is in shade 2, which is Pixie Nude. I was fortunate enough to be able to receive these when I was in Paris last week, and I'm so excited that they're finally launching stateside. There are 2. The other shade combination, which I'll have swatched on my blog as well, is more of a pastel toned palette, which is great for kind of an editorial look, but I'm loving this nude. So I'm going to take this brown shade right here, it's matte cream shadow, and then on the center is a radiant corresponding tone, and I'm just going to sweep the brown across my eyelids like this for an initial warm neutral base. I think those of you who like a truly neutral eye will love these shadows. They're pigmented, but they definitely don't lean too warm or too cool, so I think they'll flatter a spectrum of skin tones. And I'm just sweeping this on. Something I learned about the By Terry shadows is that they are cream to begin with, and then when they're baked or they are processed, they of course are morphing into powder, but they do start off as a cream, which is why they're so silky and so blendable. All right. Now I'm going to take this center shade in this last color duo, which is stunning, like so radiant. And I'm gonna put it on the center of my eye. You can already see, whoa, that pop of bronzy color. I need this in a single because I would wear it every single day if I could. There you go, you can see what color is being imparted and certainly a lot of luminosity. And I'm going to take a bit of this luminous pink shade in the center here and bring it up towards my brow bone. It's actually kind of like an iridescent pinky champagne. Like this, I think it makes for an excellent transition color, like so. And I'll sweep a little bit of this rose gold shade in my lower lash line. So I'm really utilizing nearly every color option in this palette. For brows, I'll be working with the new Hourglass Arch Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel, and this is in the shade Soft Brunette, which is a good match for my ashy brown, dark brown brows. Why is that so hard to say? And I'll just be sweeping it in. This brush is great. It has a longer bristle side if you want to just lift the brow hairs up, and then you can use the shorter side to deposit the color and the gel. You could see this isn't really changing my brow in a dramatic way. It's just adding polish hold in a nice direction to make my brows more feathery and full. I have a pretty natural brow to begin with, and this is just a best possible version of that. Now that my brows are complete, I'm going to add a touch of eyeliner in my lower waterline. This is the Gucci Impact Liner in black, and I've used a lot of it, but one pencil lasts like a couple of years, even with daily use for me, because I really only put it here. I wear contacts, my eyes are watery, I have seasonal allergies, and I will say this is the most stalwart formula that I've experienced. Lashes, I'm excited to show you the new by Terry Lash Expert Twist Brush Mascara. I've been loving this since beginning to test it a while ago, a couple of weeks ago at this point. This has a twisty brush like this for volumizing. The formula is incredible. It completely adds depth and length and fullness to your lashes, but this is the volumizing version, and then you simply twist to lengthen the brush, and that is for lengthening your lashes as well. So you get like two mascaras in one, and the formula cannot be beat. It's incredible. So go ahead and volumize first. The formula also resists smearing or bleeding throughout the day. It does not smudge, and it's great for adding a lot more depth to your lashes without looking clumpy. I like a nearly false lash effect, and I find that I can get that. Okay, so you can already see the difference just in a couple of seconds of application. Major lashes, not so much. I added a similar coat on my other eye, and now I'm going to move into lengthening territory. So I will twist the brush, genius, and then I'll go ahead and add length. Sweeping upward. My lashes get so long with this formula that they're touching my brows, so I like to make sure that they've dried before I really open up my eyes, otherwise I could be adding mascara up here where I don't want it. Okay. And in Paris, this was sold out. They had a month's supply at the By Terry boutique ordered in, and it all sold out in an hour. And after working with it for the last week, I completely understand why. It's exceptional. Lashes are complete. To prep my lips for lip color, I will add a bit of the L'Occitane Shea Balm, and this is in the apricot flavor, which smells so good. I feel like getting a perfect spot-on apricot scent is tricky, and this one has captured it perfectly. It's a very moisturizing kind of balm, and I'm using it, as I said, on the lips today to add some hydration, and perfect as a base for lip color. Lips, I'm going to be working with two new launches from Clé de Peau. The first is the lipstick in shade number 14, Crystal Star, which is new for spring. It's a lovely pinky nude, and I don't feel like there was a color quite like this in the original launch of the lipstick, which I have swatches of all shades on my blog. So I'm really happy that this installment has been released. I like applying directly from the bullet, and you can see just get great creamy opacity. This is a deeper nude pink. It's not so pale as to wash out the complexion. And also, I think it's going to be great for a variety of skin tones because of its depth. So full coverage and a little bit of shine cream. There's no shimmer to this. It's just a beautiful nude pink tone. And then to top it, I'm going to be working with the new Brilliant Gloss. They've just released 8 shades of these, and I'm wearing Pink Aura, which is shade 4. I'll have swatches of all the Brilliant Gloss on my blog. This is non-sticky, has a really interesting kind of swirly doe foot applicator, and it is at an excellent price point. So if you haven't tried anything from Clé de Peau, this is a great place to start. I think these range in the $30 area and are just beautiful by themselves, are over love color. They're a little more sheer, though. There are a few colors in the lineup that I think you could get away with as a single lip color, but I love the way that they pair with the lipstick. There's my lips. No liner. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to know what some of your lifestyle favorites are for the start of this and also year. Can't wait to hear what you think of these new launch products that I showed you in action today. As always, I certainly will have swatches of all products described in my blog, exclusive content there, so I'll link back to that. And don't hesitate to leave me a comment with a question or a thought. I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you for being so supportive on my last video. I look forward to creating plenty of new content for you. Don't forget to visit me at Beauty Professor, which can be found at beautyprofessor.net. Take care.